Hey everyone, this is going to be our advisor training. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a list of the questions that I'll be going over, and then I'll just create this video training that you can fast forward past the parts that don't aren't applicable to you, or you can review the parts that you need as needed. So I'll go through and I'll start with the list of questions that I received from you guys. So we'll just go ahead and just start in order. So the first question is, what can be eliminated for students in areas A through E that are entering with an AS or BS from another school? So I have a degree worksheet here on the screen. So things that can be eliminated are typically your areas A through E in the degree worksheet. So if they have a degree from a accredited university, then we can automatically eliminate areas A through E. If their degree is from an out-of-state university, they may need to come back later to satisfy the Georgia history or Georgia Constitution. That can be completed taking an exam. If they're from a non-USG school, they may have to satisfy the Area B elective, or again, they can come down here and they can take an exam at the testing center for the oral and technical competency. Then we get over to Area F. So if they have a degree in something other than information technology, they're likely going to have already satisfied their Area F, but they're going to have courses from whatever degree they're coming in, say education or business or whatever it is. What we can do then, we can take the courses, these 5 intro level, 2000 level IT courses, we can take these, the student will need to take all 5 courses, and they can complete a petition to receive partial credit. When they receive partial credit, what will happen is these 5 courses will then be taken down to the IT courses concentration section, and it will satisfy 3 of these, because they'll get a 0.6 credit. So it will be 15 hours times 0.6 will be 9 credit hours. So that'll satisfy 3 upper level courses, and then their previous degree will satisfy all of this and this. To the next question. Best options for satisfying MGSC requirements by catalog year. So the best option to keep students on track for full-time students that are able to, the School of IT likes to recommend that in the fall and spring students take 15 to 16 credit hours, and then in the summer they take 6 credit hours typically. This gives the student the ability to stay on track even if they do have to drop a course or repeat a course. So that's the best way. Also, other options available to have a student catch up or decrease their time to degree. We have the CLEP exams, and on our School of Information Technology website, we have the guide to CLEP. Let me pull that up real quick. So here on the advising webpage, it's at nga.edu/information-technology/advising. We have the guide to CLEP and DSST, or Dante's, and you can see a list of courses that would be acceptable. One thing that I really like to bring to the attention of our learners are the lab science CLEP exams. They can take one single exam, either biology or general chemistry. They score the 50 or higher, and that satisfies 8 hours of lab science. So you can see there are several exams available to satisfy several different courses, including an exam for Introduction to Information Technology. They would just contact the testing center, schedule the exam, take it, and then the testing center would work with the registrar to get the credit placed on their transcript. Okay. Evaluating the math courses for students. So that's pretty straightforward. If a student comes in and they're a beginning student and their SAT score is below a 550 or an ACT score below 24, they'll have to take Math 1101 before they can start into Math 1111, which is college algebra. For their Area A, they can take college algebra, pre-cal, honors pre-cal, or calculus. Typically, the path that students go is college algebra for Area A, elementary stats, which is Math 1200 for Area D, and then for Area F, discrete math 2120. Another development that's come up related to taking these math courses is taking Math 2120 online. So again, if you go to our advising webpage, and we have some frequently asked questions, you can go in here, and one of the questions is, how do I complete my discrete math course online? So it goes through and explains that if you're a fully online student, that means you have to be declared as a fully online student. You can register for the Math 2120 partially online, because typically that course is not offered fully online, but you can register for the partially online, work with the professor to let them know that you're going to be taking the course fully online. The student will need to set up proctored exams, and they'll need to contact the School of IT secretary for verification with the math professor. So that's everything with the math courses. If a student has a higher level math than something's listed, we can always do a petition. The only math course that's not acceptable that's currently a math course that is higher than 1200 is the Math 2008, which is mathematics for educators. Okay, so finish with these. How do you determine which classwork classes count for specific credit, course credit at MGC? So what you'll typically see is the course will come in either directly as English 1101 or English 1102 or whatever it is, and those courses we can just plug right in. If you see a course come in with a 9000 number, let me pull up an example here, one second. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at how transfer classes count for specific course credit. So as I was saying a moment ago, if the course comes in directly as one of our equivalent courses, then we just simply plug that course right into the worksheet. But we will have instances where a course does not come in directly. Let's take a look at how we can handle some of those situations. So here I have an example. We can take a look at, we have this iTech 9120. It gives us a course description, a grade. So what a student could do is he could petition for this to count as a course. Typically it's not going to be counted if the registrar hasn't already accepted it, but the student could still count for it to petition to be equivalent to a course that we have. So here's a database course. It was transferred in as 9210. So we could petition for that to be either accepted for partial credit or to be petitioned to be accepted as one of our courses. So in this course we can look at the name of the course. It's Database System Programming. If I were going to encourage a student to petition for that, I would encourage them to say that this course would be equivalent to database principles. What they would need to do is get the student petition form. Again, all that information is here on the advising webpage. When should a student petition for a course? How do they complete the petition? What happens after they submit the petition? So all that information is here on the advising webpage in the FAQ site. But the student would go through and complete that petition, and it would either be approved or denied. So he could submit for it to either count as the class, or he can ask for it to count as partial upper level credit. And again, we'll stick with that same calculation that we used earlier. Any 3 credits comes in, if it has just right here, you notice there's not a U behind it. Now here we have a U. I'll get to one of those in just a second. But if it's one of these classes with no U, it'll be 3 times 0.6, so it'll count for 1.8 credits. So for anything to actually count for a full class. It'll typically be 2 classes. It'll be 6 credit hours times 0.6 will give us 3.6, which will really give us 1 course completed. Okay, so that's that scenario. If you see something come in, a course come in, and it says iTech, we still have a 9,000 number, but then we have this U. That U stands for upper level credit. And so what we can do in this instance is we can take these courses, these 9570U, we can take that and we can use that as an upper level elective. So that we just go in there and it's upper level, so there's no calculation to be changed. So you just do this, that, and that course would come in as an upper level course. Sometimes you may see courses come in that designate which area they should be in. So this came in, we have this Humanities 9001. It comes in as a 9000 course, which is a course that we do not have, but you see also that it was taken at a USG school, so this was taken at Georgia State University. So what we could do, it tells us that, hey, this is an Area B course, and it's 2 credit hours, so you would put it in as an Area B. Area B. Transfer in like that. And I believe that's all the different scenarios that you'll see. Sometimes you'll see something that comes in and it doesn't tell you area A, B, C, or D, but it could be equivalent. So maybe this COM 9050. This might not be the best example. Let's see if I can find a better one real quick. So if this person didn't have this COM 1110 that would come in directly as our public speaking, maybe I would look at something like this, COM 9000. Hey, it did not come in as public speaking, but the title of the course is Human Communication. Perhaps I can use that or have the student petition to have that count for public speaking. So that would be an instance where you may do one of these petitions to have credit come in, but you cannot award that credit without having the student go through the petition process. And the student will submit that petition to the department that they're submitting that course credit for. If it's iTech, it just comes to the School of IT. If it's one of these areas, A, B, C, or D, E, then it goes to that school or department. Okay, let's move to the next one. I hope to learn about what ways the new banner system is different from the old one. One question that no one keeps asking is how to remove an advising hold they see in banner system. No one seems to know how to remove it. You're correct. Right now there is not a way for us to remove holds that I am aware of. So I'll mark that question as complete, but I know I didn't really answer it. Articulation for our new CS concentration. I have one transfer student who has taken a couple CS courses such as Intro to Computing, Programming, Discrete Structures, but I could not find any corresponding CS courses. So that CS concentration has been deactivated or deleted, so that will no longer be a question that we need to address. New students cannot find any face-to-face courses available and do not want to take online courses. This is just an issue of administration balancing course demands. So we'll see that online courses will fill faster and fuller than our face-to-face courses. So Dr. Floyd and Dr. Kuhane will continue working to meet the needs of our students. New students are living in the Cochran dorm but have to take courses in Macon. They do not have a car and no one can drive them. Again, this is a university or a college-wide problem. So our program is currently approved to be offered online and the Macon and the Warner Robins campuses. So that's what we have for now. Transferred students or students changing their major and using old catalogs, do they need to take Area B and COM 110? Yes, they do. They do need to satisfy Area B. If they're coming from a different major and they've taken a different Area B elective, that's not a problem. As far as the COM 110, so that's a course that's required in the School of IT, where a lot of the other programs will allow courses such as art appreciation or theater appreciation or music appreciation. If a student has one of these courses, they can do a petition to allow it. They can say that they were previously in this program, and then it'll be on a case basis if that course is proved to be substituted. So that's it. That's all the questions that I received. Hopefully this video training has been helpful for you and helped address your questions. Again, one other thing that wasn't on the video, but we kind of went over a couple times, is the courses when you're substituting your 2000 level courses for upper level credit. Student completes the petition form, and then they get 0.6 credit, meaning that their 5 classes will count as 3 classes. And then one other thing that we covered that wasn't explicitly written on here is how do they take the Math 2120 course. They need to register for the partially online, contact the professor that's teaching the course, contact the School of IT secretary to verify that, and then they will need to help set up proctoring for the exam. So that concludes this training session. Hopefully this has been useful for you, and have a great day.